All right, that should get you back. Been traveling, so I didn't get things quite set up properly this morning. Got in about midnight. Let me know if that's got the audio back so you can hear it. Thank you, Albert. Appreciate that. All right. Micro Russell. We're in our session and we have a quick, yeah, there's a long trade on the YM as well. That's a solid size trade. And soybeans did a target one and stopped out for a quick one and done. Time to get in it, but not a whole lot else. So target one and one tick. And that Micro Russell trade, too fast to trade there. That's going to be a no trade. And that just stopped out. Anybody know why this blue trade on crude was valid and not filtered by the squeeze zone? And YM hitting money management and target one, so this will be a POQ trade there. 35 ticks to target one. Soybeans picks up 6 tick minimum target one and a tick on the trailer, 7 ticks, and that's one and done there. Minimal profit this morning, but positive and ready to trade tomorrow. Crude still short, unleaded. That's another filtered long trade in the squeeze zone. Nobody answering my question about crude, the blue crude trade. Why the blue one was valid and not a squeeze zone filter, and the two long possible stop and reverses were both filtered as squeeze zone. So soybeans is done. Another long trade for Micro Russell. And plenty of time to get in that. Still long on the pound Aussie, short on crude, testing the 50 EMA on crude. No trades yet on unleaded, and the YM is in a POQ trade, having already hit target one, and target one on Micro Russell, target 2, 21.8, 21.9 now for the trailing stop on the Micro Russell, and I believe we at 24.5 we have a target 3. So and then we stop out at the 21.9. So that's a target 3 winner. No trade on that early long. That's a winner on this one. So one win so far this morning. So crude in the squeeze zone between the 50 and the 200. All right, the reason that this blue trade was valid, the 50 is pinching down toward the 200, but notice that target 1 was before you got to the 50, so you could get from the entry to target 1 before you got to the 50 EMA, so that's why it was a valid trade. The 50 has to come between the entry and target 1. And a short trade on unleaded. It triggered in. So unleaded is short along with crude. Micro Russell with a short may have already triggered in. If it stops out, we'll check. If it comes back down, we're good. The YM stops out on the trailer at 547. And so the YM is done. And we definitely are in the short on the Micro Russell, target 1, so our stop will come to 20.7. Pound Aussie previously finding support along the 50 EMA. We'll see if that continues here. It's testing again. And crude back to testing the 200 EMA now. Back to the entry level. And a second winner on the Micro Russell. Micro NQ will have already started our session. Micro Russell stop at 20.6. Still in the crude short. Still in the pound Aussie long. And we stopped out on the micro Russell, and we have a third winner on the micro Russell, targets 3 and 4. This wick tells me we're definitely in the trade, or should have been definitely been in the trade. Another test of the 50 EMA on crude. And looks like crude stopped out. Yep, crude stopped out at 41. Micro Russell trailing at 24.8. Up above target 3 and stopping out. That's win number 3. All right, where do we go from here? So crude stopped. Well, the calculator says it didn't, but it looks to me like it hit it. Yeah, high was 41. Did hit 41, so it definitely should have been out of that trade. And the micro Russell with another now we're in the short side. Got 15 seconds on the bar, so in the trade, definitely in the trade. Unleaded, trying to make some headway now. And crude has a close below the 200 EMA. Still pretty much the same. Trying to okay, this looks like, yep, we got our 14 ticks, so that's going to be a break-even trade. 23.7 for the stop, and 1 tick break even. So 3 wins and a break even so far on the Micro Russell. 1 more win. Or 2 trades. And we have a long setup now. Touched it and pulled back. I'd say that's a get in sync. Push it to 26.3. It came up to 26.2 again. And crude, fine. If you didn't get stopped out, you pick up target 1 and target 2. So you pick up 10 and 18, 28 ticks. What was our loss? 31 to 17. We are dead break even. We need another trade. We are exactly break even. 28 tick loss, 28 tick win. And we did trigger into the Micro Russell trade, even with the adjusted entry. Unleaded getting target 2, so that will have target 2 traders POQ. Target 1 traders got POQ on the blue trade early, trailing at 996 now. And not quite getting. All right, that's one. So we need to go 2 ticks beyond target. 27.7, which is the session high, to come to money management. So we're not there yet. Because of the 1 tick adjustment, we got to go another tick to get our 14 tick minimum. And that actually is going to keep us in this trade so far. Good morning, Robert. And there is money management. So the stop will come to 26.4. Plotted at 26.3 because we made a 1 tick adjustment. Unleaded stop at 991. Still in the short trade on crude. We'll need a new trade to get positive. We are at dead break even after 2 trades. Net zero. 14 tick loss on the blue trade, or 28 tick loss, 14 tick stop and reverse, 2 positions, and then 10 and 18 ticks for 28 tick net on the yellow short. 956 on unleaded. Approaching target 3, and there it is. This will be the last trade of the day on the micro crude. 4 wins. Still long on the pound Aussie. Or 946 on the unleaded trade. Still at 26.4 on the micro Russell. All right. Still in the crude short. And target 3 and 4 on the micro Russell and trailing at 29.9. So, nice strong winner here. 918 on crude. Pound Aussie got back to the entry and now is pulling back toward the 50 again. And looks like 30.7 is our micro Russell stop out. 918. Yeah, 916. Yeah, 916 for the unleaded stop. All right, still status quo on unleaded. And we're about to start the 10 a.m. crude session, so 9 a.m. session is going to be flat break even, it looks like. $9.02 for the unleaded stop. And 881 for unleaded. This is turning into a really nice trade. New session lows, crude and unleaded. Pound Aussie pushing down below the 50. We'll see if we can if it closes down there. Would not be good news for our trade. 881. On crude, 876. I'm sorry, unleaded. $2.1876. It's been a while since unleaded gas prices the wholesale unleaded gas price has been this low. Looks like we did stop out 157 and we got to 156. So yes, stopping out of the pound Aussie. Well, let's move the pound Aussie out of the way and see where we are with the micro Russell, or micro NQ. Four minutes after our market open. So market open would be in that bar. We get the long too early. There is our start time. So when we pick up the short, at 10:03, and we are in that. We've hit money management. And there we go through targets 2 and 3. So that's a first trade win. Micro NQ not terribly active this morning, but that gives a successful trade. All right, we've got about another 10 minutes. 157. And stop and reverse on crude at 32. That's our stop and reverse. And no, we did not trigger into that. Yep, there we go. We just triggered short on crude. So that is a 51 to 32, 19. That's a 38 tick loss. And money management and target 1, 17 ticks. So we need another 21. What's target 2? Target 2 is 30 ticks, so that'll get us there. Down 21 ticks at the moment on crude. In our second trade for the 10 a.m. session. Target 3 and target 4 on the micro NQ. 143 flat for the stop. All right, looks like we did not trigger the long on unleaded, but we did trigger go back short, and that has hit target 2. So this will. Now we were already that's right. We were already positive there. I don't have to. We're not following that one. $134.25 for the micro NQ stop. All right, no change. Crude getting target 2, so that gives us POQ on the 10 a.m. session by 9 ticks. $9-tick result, and then just a $90 result, but that's still a positive result. Break even on the 9 a.m. session, positive on the 10 a.m. session. Three or four more minutes, and then we'll have to shut down and switch over. Excuse me. Right. 125.5 for the micro NQ. Crude stopped out, so and pound Aussie stopped out also, so we have just the micro NQ and and pound Aussie, only 2 charts still active. And time to call it a morning on this session, and we'll shut it down, set up for the crude oil inventory report. So I will see everybody again in about 10 minutes. So have a good one, and we'll see you again shortly.